What's up and welcome. This is me, you, and Switch 2. I am me, Tom Tate, and you are you. So let's talk about Switch 2. Typically, this is the latest and greatest Nintendo Switch 2 news brought to you every Tuesday and Friday in snackable 10-minute episodes. But today is Thanksgiving, and in the spirit of commerce and spending less time on the Nintendo news and more time traveling with my family today, I want to drop a quick episode sharing my top 5, maybe top 10 suggested sales for Black Friday and Cyber Weekend. So I've been kind of pulling a list together over the past week or so. I've been generally underwhelmed by Black Friday this year, probably due to quote unquote economic conditions. I feel like most sales are really just bringing items back down to where they were a year or two ago, which feels odd. Items are kind of where I expect them to be, or they're just using a sale price that has already been used throughout the year. So sales today, this weekend, are really not that exceptional. But I did find a few interesting things, so I'm going to just run through those quickly. First up, if you don't have a Nintendo Switch 2 yet, I think Costco might actually be your best bet. You have to have a membership. If you don't have a membership, maybe you know someone who does. But it is showing up as $5.25 for me, and that includes the Mario Kart World bundle. But it also comes with 12 months of Nintendo Switch Online plus the expansion pack. So if you bought all of these things individually, it would be around $580. So that's $55 in savings. And if you got the Mario Kart World bundle and the Switch Online expansion pass, annual pass for a year, that would be about $550. So you're still saving around $25. So it's a good deal. It's also a great place to get games. So Donkey Kong Bonanza, Metroid Prime 4, and Pokemon Z through A, they're all about $7 off of the typical price. And if you mostly buy your games digitally, they have eShop gift cards. So you can get $200 for $180 and $100 for $90. So that is, they come in packs of 4 50s for the $200 one and 4 $25 gift cards for the $100 one. So you can save a little bit on eShop credits, which you can put towards digital games, and that might help you in the long run. Okay, let's get into my game recommendations. First up, I'm going to be talking about physical games. I'm going to drop 5 physical game deals that I thought were worth looking at. Now, I'm saying physical game deals in the sense that you can go into a store and physically buy these, and they will come in a case, or you can have them shipped to you. But we all know that games are less and less likely to be on actual physical media these days. So you're going to get the game, but it might be a game key card, or you're going to get a game box with a code that would allow you to download the game. So I'm not going to get into all the details there, but these are physical games that you can go buy, not just eShop games. First up, we have Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Now, this is a great alternative to Mario Kart World if you want more racing in your life. It's normally $60, but it's down to $30 right now at Walmart. Now, what you're getting is the Switch 1 edition. So you're going to get the Switch 1 game on card, but you can pick up a Switch 2 upgrade for about $10. So you will still save a bit. I think this game will actually drop even further in price over the next 12 months. I feel like Sega games tend to do that. So unless you are eager to race today, maybe wait on this one. But still, 50% off is a great deal. This game reviewed pretty well. Next up, Split Fiction. This might be a really good buy if you're looking to start something co-op with friends or family members, especially during the holidays. You're all sitting around looking for a game to play. It's normally $50, but you can snag it for $30 right now, also through Walmart. I thought this is kind of cheap, but it's a download code in a box. This is my least favorite way to buy a game, but $20 off this game is definitely applauded. A lot of people really enjoyed this game, and it is kind of a co-op based experience if that's what you're interested in. Number 3, Star Wars Outlaws Gold Edition. This might be the best deal, I think. This is a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. You're actually getting, it's a game key card, but you're actually getting a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. It's 50% off right now at Amazon. So that brings it from $60 to $30. $30 for a game that reviewed this well. And, from all accounts, it's a totally serviceable port of a game that performed really well on PS5 and Xbox. It's not bad, especially considering that many Switch 2 games are not going on sale yet, right? So you're getting kind of, I want to say AAA, right? AAA experience for $30. It's really not bad. So Star Wars Outlaws over at Amazon, $30. Next up, Pac-Man World 2. This is $20. You can get this for $20 at Target and Amazon. This feels like the perfect stocking stuffer or extra game for a kid who's asking for a big title like Pokemon Z through A or Donkey Kong. I remember as a kid, this is going way back, but I remember as a kid, Santa would always bring me the game that I asked for, which was the big game that year. But I would always get, one surprise game that was likely in the bargain bin, but it was a surprise to me. I didn't expect it, and it still provided hours of fun. Sometimes it was even more fun than the game I asked for, like Bucky O'Hare on the NES, or maybe like Legend of the Mystical Ninja on Super Nintendo. These games provided hours of entertainment. So Pac-Man World 2 kind of feels like that, for $20, like you're getting a really, really good, platforming experience that people seem to enjoy. And then finally, I'm just going to say sports games, right? So you can grab EA's FC26, which is soccer, 2K26, or Madden 26 for $30 each. So this is $40 off in most cases of what they typically go for. Now, I haven't bought a sports game in a long time, so I don't know how they hold up in terms of playability and polish. Like, does FC26 compare to the 12 or 14 months that I invested of my life in FIFA 2004? I don't know, right? But these games are apparently performing really well on Switch, graphically, performance-wise. $30, can't beat that if you have a sports fan in your life and you're looking to get something for Switch 2. Not a bad deal, $30. Okay, Sonic Racing, Split Fiction, Star Wars Outlaws, Pac-Man World 2, and EA Sports games. Those are my top 5 for physical releases. I'm going to throw in some honorable mentions, though. There are a bunch of first-party Nintendo games that are also down to $30. So through 11/29, November 29th, which is Saturday. So you have Black Friday and you have Saturday to pick up these games. They're at most retailers. You have Nintendo Switch Sports, Super Mario Odyssey, Paper Mario, Splatoon 3, Princess Peach, Showtime, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Luigi's Mansion 3, and a Kirby title. I think it's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, right? So all of those games, they're Nintendo Switch 1 titles, but they're first-party games, which rarely go on sale. They're down to $30. That's pretty good. From this list, I would probably say Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, Super Mario Odyssey, if you've never played it. Echoes of Wisdom was really great. Those are the titles that stand out to me from this list. But these games are going to play great on Switch 2. So if you want to dip your toes into the Switch 1 backlog, you can definitely do that on the cheap. Okay, let's wrap it up with some digital sales. I'm going to throw in some Switch 1 games here as well, just because there aren't a ton of great digital sales for Switch 2. There are a few games like Yakuza 0 is on there. So there's a few games that are discounted, but not by much. You might save like 10 or $12, right? So I really looked for some deep discounts that I thought were exceptional, games that you will really have a good time with on Switch 2, though they're for Switch 1. First up, Castlevania Advance Collection. This is $11.99. $11.99 for this collection. You're getting 3 of the greatest Game Boy Advance games, 3 of the greatest Castlevania games, plus you're getting Castlevania Dracula X, which was a Super Nintendo title. A lot of fun for $11.99. Can't beat that. Next up, you have Grim Fandango Remastered. This is an old kind of point-and-click style adventure game. LucasArts really, really enjoyed this one. $2.99. $3 to get Grim Fandango Remastered. It's amazing. Next up, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. A lot of you probably played this one. I really enjoyed this game. So this was a fantastic game that was a turn-based strategy RPG, kind of on a grid. A lot of tactics involved. I really, the story was fine. It was kind of quirky, but the gameplay was phenomenal. And it looked really good too. $11.99, $12 for Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Next up, you have Moving Out 2 Deluxe. This is $11.20. That's a really deep discount for this game. Moving Out, fantastic. I actually didn't play 2, so I'm recommending it blindly. But Moving Out, the first one, so much fun. And this is another great game that is a lot of fun if you're playing with a bunch of people over the holidays, sitting around the Switch, having a good time. And then finally, I'm going to go with Skyrim. So you can get Skyrim, the Nintendo Switch 1 edition, for $16.49. And I'm telling you, the amount of hours that I poured into Skyrim, not just on Switch, although I did play it on Switch. I did a full playthrough, but I played it before on Xbox 360, maybe. I forget the first time I played Skyrim. But oh my gosh, if you haven't played Skyrim, what an adventure. I did play the Oblivion remaster this year. Had so much fun with that. So Skyrim for $16.50, can't beat that. So Castlevania Advanced Collection, Grim Fandango Remastered, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Moving Out 2 Deluxe, and Skyrim. Those are my top 5. Digital sales, there's a lot more out there if you do some Googling. If you want accessories, 8-bit do controllers are awesome. They're always on sale at Amazon. I actually have a GameSir telescopic controller, the kind that you're supposed to use with phones, but I use it with Switch. It's called the G8. And I swear by this controller. It's one of the most comfortable controllers I ever used. It's down to $50 from its typical price of $80 over at Best Buy. Probably that same price at a few other retailers as well too. So that is GameSir, the G8. Great controller. It'll work with Switch 2 as well. And while it might be kind of sacrilegious to say this on a Switch podcast, the base Steam Deck is back at $320. So, okay, I bought a Steam Deck. I bought a Steam Deck a month ago, and it has been a game changer for me. I could have just lived with a Switch 2, but the fact that I have a Switch 2 and a Steam Deck, I feel like I'm covering so much ground from a backlog perspective, and I feel like I have so many more options when these sales come up. I'm going to be happy for years and years with just these two handhelds, Switch 2 and Steam Deck. So if you don't have a Steam Deck and $320 is like nothing to you, right? It's actually not nothing to me, but I found a way to make it work. If that's nothing to you, I definitely recommend the Steam Deck. It is awesome. It is a great handheld for $320. That is the base LCD model. So good. All right, that's it. That's it. We're over 12 minutes, but I'm going to sign off here. Enjoy Thanksgiving stuff. If you're in the United States, if you're seeing friends, family, hope that you have a fantastic day. Enjoy the weekend as well. I'm actually going to be back tomorrow with a very brief news episode just to keep on schedule. And then we'll be back at it again on Tuesday. I want to thank you, as always, for your time and attention. Much love. Now go play some games.